September 2023 saw the Chinese Yuan surpass the Euro to become the second most used currency in SWIFT trade settlements, accounting for 5.8% of international payments. This shift reflects China's growing economic power over Europe and its effort to internationalize its currency. This aim is being achieved through BRICS, the new economic power that is looking forward to rivaling and even surpassing the Western nations in terms of economic strength. In this video, we will explore the current state of these two major currencies, how China's membership in the BRICS has impacted its role in global trade, and the plans both regions have for the future of their currencies. Let's start off by exploring the reasons why the yen has overtaken the euro in global finance. The yen's growth has been driven by increased international borrowing from Chinese banks due to the yen's lower interest rate as opposed to the escalating costs of borrowing from Western banks. This has resulted in a surge in borrowing through yen-denominated bonds and loans, significantly boosting the yen's presence in global finance. Also, the issuance of Panda and dim sum bonds, two types of bonds denominated in yen, has reached all-time highs, further signifying this shift. This is because global companies are now leveraging opportunities in China's financial market. Furthermore, China is the world's largest exporter and has strong demand for its goods and services in the international market. Further illustrating China's increasing financial growth, the National Bank of Canada raised 1 billion yen, $138.6 million, in October 2023 through a 3-year Panda bond at a coupon rate of 3.2%, significantly lower than domestic interest rates. This trend is indicative of China's expanding footprint in the global financial landscape. However, despite the yen's ascendance, it still faces challenges related to its internationalization. The use and circulation of international yen bond proceeds remains limited, often focused on local Chinese businesses. Companies like Volkswagen Group and Mercedes-Benz Group have stated their intent to use their Panda bond proceeds mainly for their operations in China. Also, while the yen's international stature is growing, its use is still mainly limited to countries that are friendly to China, such as the participants in the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, a Chinese-led global infrastructure project, and BRICS countries. When it comes to BRICS countries, these countries are playing a large role in the internationalization of the yen. For context, BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The group was formed to bring together the largest emerging economies to challenge the political and economic power of wealthier Western nations. This year saw the entrance of the UAE, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Iran into the group. As a way to challenge the power of the Western world, one of their motives is de-dollarization. This refers to the reduction of reliance on the US dollar as a medium of exchange. This has become a hot topic among the BRICS bloc, with the suggestion of using their local currencies as a transaction method gaining momentum. Trade among BRICS nations could indeed play a significant role in increasing the circulation and value of the yen. One example is the New Development Bank, NDB, which was established by BRICS nations to promote multilateral trade and investment among its members. The NDB issues bonds denominated in Chinese yen and provides loans in the local currencies of the member countries. This not only supports the use of the yen within BRICS, but also reflects the broader strategy of reducing reliance on the US dollar. The NDB's activities not only demonstrate its commitment to supporting local currencies in BRICS countries, but also point to the potential of the yen to increase its international circulation and value through increased intra-BRICS trade and financial cooperation. Furthermore, the launch of yen oil futures by China is an important step in promoting the yen's use in the global oil trade, which has long been dominated by the US dollar. The yen oil futures were launched in March 2018 by the Shanghai International Energy Exchange. It's the first oil futures contract to be traded in China. The contract is based on Brent crude oil, the global benchmark for oil prices, and is settled in cash. Since then, any oil producer can sell its oil for something besides the US dollar, in this case, the Chinese yen. Given that most major oil producers don't want to accumulate a large yen reserve, and China knows this, China has explicitly linked the crude futures contract with the ability to convert yen into physical gold. This move further increases the appeal of the currency and its potential to become a significant reserve currency. Over the past year, China's yen-denominated crude oil futures trading volume has grown strongly, while prices have closely tracked global benchmarks. In January 2019, the daily trading volume of front-month crude oil futures on the INE averaged 248.5 million barrels of oil. This made up roughly 20% of global trading in similar contracts and was close to trading volumes in Brent front-month oil contracts in London, according to the Wall Street Journal. At the end of March 2019, the benchmark Shanghai contracts trading volume made up approximately 14% of the global activity in similar futures, or about half that of Brent's volume. Currently, Saudi Arabia, the largest producer of oil in the world, is in active talks with Beijing to price some of its oil sales in Chinese yuan, a move that would dent the US dollar's dominance in the global petroleum market and mark another shift by the world's top crude exporter towards Asia. China also has a currency swap agreement with Qatar. In addition to currency swaps, China has signed cross-border trade settlement agreements with all 6 members of the Gulf Cooperation Council and has established yen clearing centers in different cities. Russia has also embraced the yen since its invasion of Ukraine triggered Western sanctions. Coupled with the de-dollarization motive, Russia has been settling more contracts with its trading partners using the Chinese yuan, and the currency now accounts for a massive share of its imports and exports. All these show that China is promoting the yen as a good option instead of using the dollar. This move helps the yen become more well-known globally and also supports the BRICS countries' goal of reducing reliance on the dollar in important trade areas. The success of yen oil futures, even though they're new compared to well-known benchmarks like Brent and WTI, shows the potential for the yen to grow in importance and value by encouraging trade among BRICS nations, especially in important sectors like energy. Also, a mathematical model studying which currencies countries prefer for trade suggests more countries are starting to like trading using the Chinese yuan instead of the US dollar. This shows that countries, including BRICS members, might find it better to trade in currencies other than the US dollar. This analysis highlights the increasing interest in the yen and the possibility of a new currency for BRICS countries. BRICS is helping trade among its members, which also helps boost the yen's importance and value. The model's results show that many countries are interested in and ready to use currencies other than the dollar, which could help the yen as BRICS nations strengthen their trade connections and financial cooperation. Examining what might happen to the yen and the euro in the future, in light of the upcoming elections in Europe and the United States, requires considering a range of geopolitical and economic factors. China's economic policies and international relations, particularly with the US and European countries, are crucial. The US elections could significantly impact US-China relations, impacting trade policies, tariffs, and overall sentiment towards Chinese investments. If the US government takes a hard line on China, it could make trade more unstable, which might affect the value and reputation of the yen internationally. In Europe, elections within the European Union and the European Parliament are important for deciding what happens to the euro. If more people vote for parties that don't like the EU or want to change things a lot, it could affect how it handles financial policies and economic issues. For example, if major economies within the EU, such as Germany or France, were to adopt more fiscally conservative or austerity-focused policies, it could bolster the euro by promoting fiscal stability. On the other hand, political shifts that threaten the EU's unity could lead to uncertainty and weaken the euro. New governments may implement policies that promote growth and stability, or they may be fragmented and contentious, making it difficult to make economic decisions. Future decisions that result in governments with strong opinions on EU membership or policies could potentially lead to similar volatility in the value of the euro. US-EU relations also play a role, with the relationship between the two regions around trade sanctions and regulatory cooperation influencing the euro. A US administration that prioritizes multilateralism and strengthens ties with European allies could be beneficial to the euro, as it would promote trade and investment between the two regions. Digital transactions, particularly via central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are making significant progress in both China and Europe, potentially reshaping the future of the yen and the euro. In China, the digital yen, also referred to as eCNY, has witnessed a substantial surge in transactions, reaching 1.8 trillion yen, $49.3 billion by the end of June 2023, compared to over 100 billion yen previously. This demonstrates China's leadership among nations developing their own CBDCs, primarily for domestic retail payments. While the circulation of eCNY represents a small portion of China's money supply, it facilitates a large volume of transactions, indicating high efficiency and velocity. Chinese state-owned banks have been testing the use of digital yen for cross-border transactions, showcasing its potential for international use. In Europe, the momentum behind CBDCs is also growing, with the European Central Bank, ECB, announcing a preparation phase for a digital euro. This phase is focused on laying the foundations for a digital currency that is accessible even offline, respects privacy, and enables instant settlements. The preparation phase is expected to last for at least 2 years, during which the ECB will finalize a rulebook, select providers for platform and infrastructure development, and conduct testing. This indicates the Eurozone's dedication to innovating for the future of digital currency, potentially revolutionizing the financial landscape. The influence of digital currencies on the euro and international trade could be significant. Digitization resonates with China's objective to enhance its global economic sway and diminish its reliance on the dollar. The digital yen could streamline cross-border trade and financial transactions, posing a potential challenge to the euro's role in global trade. However, the Eurozone has an opportunity to maintain its significance by developing a digital euro, one that is based on European values and is able to keep pace with the digitization of the global economy. As digital transactions continue to grow, both the yen and the euro could see changes in their international standing, influenced by their adoption and integration of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. The development of digital currencies has the potential to modernize financial systems, enhance efficiency, reduce costs, and offer new opportunities for global trade and investment. In this way, the euro could maintain its significance even as the yen continues to rise. What's your take on this? Let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching this video, and please check out the next one.